My day was very busy in my school and here in my house.
Why? What did you do?
Well, in my school, I have a dance. I have a dance in my school, but here is in this month in November, but 21 of November, uh, and we are preparing. So we practice the dance today, all the day of the school,
All day long.
all day long.
You had a dance rehearsal.
What?
A dance rehearsal. It was a dance
Yes.
practice.
Yes.
Hey, that's great. Yes, a dance practice is called a dance rehearsal.
Okay.
Excellent. That's pretty good. And what dance is it going to be?
Is it going to be a revolution dance?
Wow. Hey, that's beautiful. And how do you like dancing? Do you like it very much or so?
I like it very much.
Excellent. You know what? For children, it is a very healthy activity. It's very good for children to dance because you can develop many skills. So it's necessary that you do it. Hey, congratulations to your teacher.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much, Fer. Magda Zambrano, how are you? I am going to rename you, okay? Magda,
Fine, thank you.
I'm sorry, Magda. Do you have any television next to you?
Yes, I have a television.
That's it.
That's waiting for me. I'm going to turn up.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Yes, the teacher. I turn
Excellent.
up.
Magda, thank you very much. You know what? The problem is that the sound interferes into the class sound. So that's why we ask all the students to have their appliances in silence. But tell me, Magda, how are you today? How have you been?
I'm fine. Well, very. Thank you.
Excellent.
Very well.
Hey, what about weekend? How did you spend your weekend?
Mm, well, I worked in elementary school and I give some course for English, but beginners. And I studied a master in in another university. I have a lot of activities to do.
Wow. Hey, that's very, very beautiful.
Thank you.
That's so good. You know what? I think that you are a very busy person. You are a very productive woman.
Thank you so much.
All right. Now tell me, how did you celebrate Halloween?
I don't celebrate Halloween. I celebrate Dia de Muertos with my family.
Excellent. That's great. That's beautiful. And how did you celebrate it this year?
I was with my family in my town, and we prepared the bread for the muertos died. I don't
Yeah,
remember.
the bread for the dead.
Yes, and I bring flowers. I don't remember how do you say panteon, but with this
Cemetery.
cemetery.
Yeah, you took flowers to the cemetery.
Yes.
Hey,
In
that
this
was
case,
good.
we are going to use took for to say bring when for to say bring or llevar.
Yeah, to
It's
say,
correct to say took.
yeah, because if you say bring, you say traer, and if you say take, it is llevar,
Okay, thank
and it should be used in past.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, so you say, we took flowers to the cemetery.
Okay.
Excellent. Hey, where are you from, Magda? Could you remind me where you are from?
I'm from Puebla, but my town is in Santa Maria Muyotzingo.
Wow. Hey, that's so beautiful. Congratulations to you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. You know what? Today we are going to talk about natural disasters. I think that it is very important that we take this topic into consideration because we have to be prepared for everything that could happen. This is not um, preparedness course. It is a kind of like commentaries that we can say about what are the principal natural disasters and how uh, how how much we know about them. All right. So let's start. Here we are. Okay. Here we have some vocabulary. Could you please use the chat so that we can write what are the words that are non-familiar for us, the words that you don't know, that for you it is the first time that you read them.
Flood?
Okay, floods. Floods, it's a terrible event, a terrible problem that is caused by excessive rain. When it rains a lot, the water should be, of course, it should be into the pipes. Sometimes they don't work so efficiently, and the water is kept into the place where people live. So the water covers the houses. Okay, any other, let's write the words in the chat, all right?
Yes. Mm, solar flares.
Okay, Fer wrote dead. Dead is when people is not alive anymore, when people die. Well, not only people, but also animals, plants, when they are not alive. Okay, flare, disease. Well, Fair wrote disease. Disease is when people, animals, or plants lose their health. They are sick. Okay, so flare. Okay, Fair. Magda, you wrote flare. It is something like, well, it is called eruption, a sun eruption. It's like when the sun has a very high activity.
Okay.
All right. So any other word, for example, drought. What does drought mean? Okay, so what does drought mean? Here we have the word drought. Okay, drought. Here it is. What does it mean? Blizzards, Magda, very good. Here it is, blizzards. Blizzards happen when there is a lot of snow and it is extremely windy. So the wind blows snow. Fortunately, that event, that disaster, natural disaster, doesn't happen in Mexico a long time ago. It is not frequent. Blizzards is when there is a lot of wind and snow. Okay, so what else? Hi, Pilar, how are you?
Fine, fine,
Excellent.
Margarita.
Great. Pilar, you know what? We are talking about natural disasters.
Okay.
We are checking the words that we have here in the screen, and I
Yes.
asked you all to tell me, write in the chat, if there is any word that you don't know.
Okay. Be- Before you are speaking about something that isn't in Mexico.
Yeah, we were talking about blizzards. Here you are the word. It is in here, blizzard. Blizzard is whenever there is a lot of wind, the weather is very windy, and there is snow. It's like a storm, a snowstorm. That's a blizzard. Anything else, Gertz? Maybe earthquake. What is an earthquake? Do you know what an earthquake is?
I think it's tornadoes.
No. An earthquake is when the earth
Ah,
violently.
move.
Yeah,
It can be vertical or horizontal.
yeah, yeah, that's it. And it is extremely destroying.
Yes. Last year in Mexico, it was 2017.
Yeah, that's it. And it was a tremendous earthquake.
Yes.
All right, thank you, Pilar. Yes, those are earthquakes. What about landslides? What is a landslide? Here we have the word landslides.
Maybe it's when the earth open, or when the land move into other in slides.
That's it. For example, here we have a landslide. Can you see it?
This one.
Yeah, this one,
Okay.
landslide.
Yes.
All
I
right.
think here in Mexico has happened in zones that poor people live without permission of government.
That's it. You're right, Pilar. It is very easy that people settle down in very risky zones. And
Risky zones.
yeah,
Okay.
and it is because there is no regulation about it. Magda wrote hazard. You can say risky zones or you can say hazardous zones. Hazard and risk is something similar.
Okay. Hazards and risky.
Yes, that's it. So what about the tsunami? Do you know what a tsunami is? Fer, do you know what is a tsunami?
Yes.
What is it? Could you explain it to us?
Well, a tsunami is how can I explain? A tsunami is like is a water that makes like a remolino.
A tornado
Yes, a tornado.
or a twister.
Uh, and with water. What?
Hello.
Yes, that's it. Fer. Thank you very much. Magda, hello, how are you?
Hello, teacher. I'm sorry. I am very late because I have a big problem in my computer. I'm sorry.
Don't worry. The most important is that you are here. Okay, Magda, do you know what is a tsunami?
I'm sorry, teacher. I don't understand. Sorry?
We are talking about natural disasters. So,
Yeah, teacher.
do you know what is a tsunami?
I don't know about this phenomenon of the water or something like that, but I don't know.
Okay, thank you very much, Magda. It's okay. So, anybody who could explain also what is a tsunami?
Mm,
I think it's a movement in the ocean after a earthquake. Maybe in the ocean there is a movement that provoke the biggest, I don't remember, ola,
Waves.
wait,
wait.
Waves.
and that waves go out from the ocean and provoke a flood in the town near to the ocean.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Pilar. Yes, that's it. It provokes tremendous floods, and they provoke very well a big disaster because it is a violent movement of the waves into well, you said the nearby sections, nearby towns. Okay, and it is tremendously destructive. All right, so what is a volcano eruption?
Mm,
Eruption.
it's when the volcanoes wake up, I suppose, and they throw a lot of, I don't know how do you say, lava.
Lava.
Uh, they throw a lot of lava and some rocks with fire, and this provoked the burn the trees and the places that are near the volcano.
Yes, that's it. Excellent. Thank you very much. Yes, that's it. All right. What about the droughts? What is a drought?
Mm, is when the don't raining,
When it doesn't rain.
doesn't raining, and the land is dry, and there aren't plants or animals, and provoke the die for animals, plants, a lot of people too.
Yeah, that's it. After a drought, very frequently there is a famine. What is a famine?
Mine?
Yeah, I'm going to write it into the chat. Famine.
When people suffer um, hunger.
Yes, that's it. It's a hunger. Famine is when there is no food for anybody and people die from hunger.
Okay.
This is can be like the Africa country.
Yes,
Something.
that's it. They are in a constant famine.
Mine. Okay.
All right. Thank you very much. So let me check. I think that it is so. Tornadoes. What is a tornado?
I know, teacher, what is a tornado.
What is it, please, Ver?
Mm, a tornado is when it's a lot of a storm destroys. Sometimes it destroys the house of the humans, or sometimes no. It's It's rain a lot in a tornado, and they are how do you say truenos, teacher?
Thunder.
Yes, and they are thunders.
Thunder, thunder.
Yeah, thunder and lightning sometimes. Lightning,
Yes,
lightning are the lights that you can see in the sky when there is a storm.
yes, teacher, that's right.
Yeah, so it is so scaring. Okay,
Yes,
tornadoes are also the twisting, the spinning of the air. It goes round and round and round and round. And so tornadoes can take houses, they can take cars, big animals like cows and horses, and they can also take people away.
Mhm.
And there is also the hurricanes. Here we have a hurricane.
But hurricane is when water.
Hurricane.
Uh,
Hurricane.
hurricane is similar to tornado, but in tornadoes it's only wind, and in a hurricane is I don't remember lluvia,
Rain.
rain, but like cats and dogs or similar.
Yeah, it rains cats and dogs.
Wine, rain, and it takes similar like tornadoes, people, animals, and everything that is near to the hurricane.
Yes, that's it. And it's tremendously destructive also. Okay,
Yes.
thank you very much. Okay, Magda, yes, you told me to write a word. What word? Famine? No,
Tourniquet.
hurricane. Hurricane.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
My pleasure. All right, thank you very much. Now, let's see the next slide. I think that it is very important. Hey, here we have some other disasters. For example, this one. What is it?
This is a eruption.
It can be a volcano eruption, or it can be
Fire.
a fire. Excellent. Thank you. What about this one? What is it?
It's a hurricane
It can be a hurricane
or tsunami.
or tsunami. Excellent. Thank you. What about this one? What is it?
I know what is it, teacher.
What is it, Fer?
Is when a lot of water level cover of the city.
That's it. It's a tsunami. Is it Fer?
Yes, teacher, like a tsunami.
Like a tsunami. Yes. Thank you, Fer. All right. What about this one? At the bottom, at the left. Left and right, I think they are similar. What are they?
Earthquakes.
Eight.
Is
Yeah.
that so?
Great.
I want you to talk to us in something. Has anybody of you had a terrible experience of being the spectator of any of these disasters?
My
No.
teacher.
Fernanda, tell me what happened.
Well, I talk about it. I talked about it yesterday when I was in the class.
Yeah, could you remind it to us, Fer?
Yes, I was a little child of 7 years. old, and it was 12 o'clock of the night. I was sleeping, and my dad says, "Wake up!" And I said, "What happened?" And I look the all the things, and it was moving. And I said, What happened here?" And my dad told me that it was a temblor.
An earthquake.
Yes, an earthquake.
Oh my, that was so terrible. You told me yesterday that you were really scared, were you?
Yes.
And what did you do, Fer?
Well, my dad says, "Just wait here, and we have to wait to pass all this."
And were you scared?
Yes.
Oh my, poor baby. It was a very bad experience.
Yes, it was a very bad experience.
Yeah, too much. All right, thank you very much, Fer. Fer, who's your victim?
Um, mm, Pilar?
Thank
No,
you.
no, no. Espera.
Okay. I never have been in an earthquake or in a flood or in a fire. Thanks God. But I in 1985 I worked in Tlatelolco, but I work near to the Eje Central,
My
near
goodness.
to that avenue. It didn't happen nothing. But when I began to hear the I don't know, the ambulance and
Ambulances.
and listen to the radio, I understood that it happened some terrible.
Yeah, something terrible happened there. So it was, well, lucky you that you didn't
Yes,
see anything scary like that.
yes. I was very lucky, and I work in a hospital.
My
It,
goodness.
but all people wanted to help, and they donate blood, and we made a analysis for the blood, and always work for all the people who are hurt in those times. It was terrible, but I was lucky to that nothing happened to me.
Jesus Christ. Yes, you were so lucky. Thanks God.
Thanks God.
All right. So please, Pilar, tell me who's next?
Um, Magda CAM,
Okay. Magda Camacho.
Magda Camacho.
Thank you.
Okay, well, about what?
About any natural disaster that you have experienced.
Well, I remember when I was at high school, I stayed at home and said, remember about the earthquake, and then it's a bad situation for me because I am scared. I am feel bad because all my emotion is revolve and mixed all the time. I am very nervous.
I was very nervous.
I was very nervous, and then I was tired because it's stressful all the time, and that's all.
Oh my, that was a terrible experience. And yes, you know
Yes.
what? I know how you felt. Well, Magda, Your victim is Magda Zambrano, isn't she?
Yeah. Yes, teacher.
Thank you very much.
Okay, 2 years ago, I remember I was working in the school and I have the kindergarten. And when happened the earthquake, the children cry and they shout a lot of and say, "Oh my goodness, we are going to die!" And we were on the second floor, and it's so terrible when we need to down the stairs. The children's crying, they push. It was a terrible experience.
Oh,
When happened that, maybe 2 months later, um, I I have this, I don't know how can I say sensation to all the time there are here. Wait, I suppose.
yeah, it was kind of like a trauma
Yes.
because we remain with the feeling that something is happened. We are scared all of the time. I
Yeah.
think it is the most tremendous consequence of any of these events. Oh my. Well, fortunately, you are here. Everybody is fine. But yes, there were a lot of casualties. Casualties is the people who died, the diseases.
Casualties.
Casualties,
What is the word?
casualties, víctimas. So I'm going to write it into the chat. It was casualties.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Yeah, I think that it is the most terrible part, when there are casualties and when we can't help. Of course, whenever this happens, help, but sometimes it is not possible that everybody do because of the organization of the event, of the situation. No, even when there are a lot of people, it prevents the fire department, the ambulances to pass and go to the destination. So sometimes it is much better to stay home and be aware of what we can donate, uh, because yes, it is impossible that all the world could be there helping. You know what? I would like to talk to you about this. Well, previously to that, I'm sorry. Um, Let me go back to this. Okay. Here is this quote. I would like everybody to read it. So it says, "We cannot stop natural disasters, but we can arm ourselves with knowledge. So many lives wouldn't have to be lost if there was enough disaster preparedness." And this was said by Petra Nenkova. So what's your opinion, Magda? Magda,
Teacher,
yes, Fer, please.
who is Petra Nenkova?
Petra Nenkova is a person who is a volunteer for the Red Cross, the International Red Cross.
Okay, teacher, and what is the Red Cross?
The Red Cross is into Mexico, we call it La Cruz Roja, but
Oh, okay, it's the ambulance.
yes, that's it. But guess what, Fer? It is
What?
an international organism. It is not Mexican. The Red Cross works all over the world and it helps people all over the world.
Okay, if I go, I don't know, to Inglaterra, I
To
don't know,
England?
maybe. Yes, there's a Cruz Roja.
Yes, but there, of course, it's not Cruz Roja, it is Red Cross.
Yeah, Red Cross.
Yes, that's it, Fer. All right, so Fer, what's your opinion about this phrase that says that we cannot stop natural disasters?
Well, I think that's true because if there is a fire, we cannot go home, put a, how do you say, a cup, put it water, and go shoot, and you aventarlo al fuego.
To throw it
Yes,
to the fire.
yes, estar yendo y viniendo.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Fer. So, Magda Zambrano, what's your opinion about this phrase?
It can be, I think it's true because anybody can to put a stop for the disasters. Only God, I think, or Jesus. But if we learn so many activities for to be prepared or to try to do the best form the things when happen, it's better. For example, in my experience, if we practice maybe with the children to down the stairs or to walk more fast or something like this, maybe the children don't be crying, don't have this trauma, but we never practice with they, and this was the problem because they don't have the correct form for to walk or something like this, and they fall, they push the partner, they showed, and I think it's true, and we need to have prepared for this.
To have preparedness for having the actions that could be much better in that moment. All right, thank you very much, Magda. Magda Zambrano, who is your victim?
Pilar.
Thank you.
Okay. I agree with you, Magda Zambrano, because we have to begin with children, because with adolescent,
Teenagers.
Excuse me?
Teenagers.
Teenagers is difficult. And if we begin in our houses with our children, it's better because they understand if we explain them how which is the problem if we don't prepare if we don't prepare to a earthquake or a flood or something like that. Our children don't know how to do when the earthquake comes. Then I think it's better to begin with the family, our family first, and in the schools with the younger people, because teenagers are very difficult because they have another problems and they don't understand and they don't behave well in the, I don't know how do you say simulacros.
The rehearsals.
The
Can you
rehearsals.
write?
Beg you?
Rehearsals?
Rehearsals. It's something like practices.
Okay.
All right, thank you very much, Pilar. And so, who's next, Pilar?
Fernanda.
Okay, thank you. But Fernanda has already participated.
Then is missing Magdalena Camacho.
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, in my point of view, the text is correct because natural disaster is a major adverse in the event resulting from natural process in the earth. It's a natural process all the time. That's all.
Yes, that's it. And we have to be prepared. So do me a favor. Now we are going to write in the chat how we could face any situation like this. All right. So suggest some actions, suggest what to do, all right? In the
Yes.
chat.
All right. All right.
All right, teacher.
Thank you.
Mm,
Okay, pretty good. Magda Camacho wrote, you should have a plan for evacuation. You should keep emergency kits on hand. Excellent. Fernanda, maybe it would be first aid kit. Maybe it would be a first aid kit and a flashlight and run shoe scent, and other things. And Fer, what is a run shoe scent? First of all, we have to know what are the recommendations for the government and prepare everything to prepare everything it asks us. And prepare everything that they suggest. Okay, Pilar?
Okay.
Yes. Run shoes. Running shoes. Running shoes.
Running shoes.
I said run shoes and it sounds like a sandwich, but no, running shoes. Yes. You know what? You were very sensible about it. Running shoes, even though, you know what? Here we have some recommendations. Let
Okay.
me see if I can do it a little bigger so that you can see. Well, it is what they suggest that we can have.
teacher.
Yeah, so let's suppose that we are going to prepare an
Teacher.
emergency backpack. Yes, Fer.
En español no lo puedo ver, no se ve tan bien.
It is dim. I'm so sorry. You know what? It is because of the pixels.
Ujú.
So I couldn't help that this happens. But well,
Okay, teacher, don't worry.
it's okay. Thank you very much. Yeah, so please, let's write in the chat what are the things that we should have in our emergency backpack and where we could put it. The door next to our bedroom, I don't know. Okay, so Magda wrote a first aid kit. Okay, Fernanda, small flashlight in the door. All right. Antiseptic. Okay, very good. Oh, and the first aid kit in the door too. There, I think it is next to the door. A cell phone, excellent. That's all for now. It's okay, Fer. Tweezers goes, okay. So what else? Well, I don't know. I think ghost pads, they are the gasas.
Oh, thank you.
My pleasure. Yes, that's it. So you know what? I think that of course it's a great plan to have all of these things next to the door. And of course, our documents are more important, the most important documents that we have. But have you done it? Do you have an emergency backpack?
No.
No.
No, teacher, no.
You know what? Me neither. I don't have an emergency backpack, even though I have recommended it to my students. I have heard about it on the radio, in the news, but my excuse is that I am very busy and I forgot to do it. I think it is necessary. In your opinion, Fer, how how would you do it, or do you consider it necessary, helpful, or what's your opinion? An emergency backpack.
Well, I think it will be necessary to put all the things that are important. And well, it is emergency. You took your backpack and go, and you don't say, "Oh, well, I'm going to take this and this and this and this," and you don't have time.
Aha, yes, that's it. Well, you're very sensible, baby. Yes, that's it. Whenever it is a disaster, you don't have time to think. So I think that it must be prepared previously. Eh,
Yes, I think it's very. I think good.
okay, thank you, Fer. Um, Fer, who is your victim?
Um, mm, Magda Zambrano.
Thank you. Magda, what do you think about the emergency backpack?
I think it's very important because when you have one of these, you have a lot of things that you need when it happens some disaster or happen any accident. It was pretty good that the people or the schools or the factories have one of these because it's very, very important.
Yeah, it's really important. And even I think not only to have them in the organizations or companies, but at home.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Magda, who's your victim?
Magda Camacho?
Oh,
Thank
yes,
you.
thank you. Okay, well, I believe that the emergency backpack it's very important in our life because when you have a big problem, the natural disasters, it's put in the principal documents, identification, medicines, something like that.
All right, thank you very much. And tell me, who's your victim?
Pilar, please.
Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you. I think it's very important in all the places to have this kind of things because we don't know when it happens. Then we have prepared like the phrase that you that you show us said we always need preparedness to which, which whichever or wherever time we can have this kind of disaster, and we need all of these things to help us ourselves or to help other people. And I
That's it.
think that is very important. Thank you.
Thanks to you. All right. So who's missing? Has everybody talked about this?
I think
Yes.
Yes, teacher.
um,
Okay. Yes, Fer.
sorry, teacher, I don't think it's everyone is.
Okay. Well, you know what? I think that it is very important to consider that these events are unexpected. We will never know when they are going to happen. And if we are prepared, we can save our lives, or we can help anybody else to save their
Maybe
lives.
teacher, maybe.
Yeah, so it would be very important to create some security measures, to think about, for example, in our house, what is the safest place? Uh,
Um, Here where I live, the safest place that I have, well, if it is an, I don't know, an inundation, una inundación, teacher, how do you
flood?
say in English? A flood is the, we have escaleras, ladders to the, how do you say that, to the techo,
To the roof.
just to the roof.
Hey, that's good. That is an emergency strategy.
What is teacher?
Estrategia, an emergency strategy.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I think that we could be talking for a long time about this topic, that it's so necessary and so interesting. But unfortunately, time is over. But
No, teacher, danos 2 minutitos más.
yeah, Fer, you're a cute girl. Okay, well, you know what? I think that yes, it is necessary to think in advance. Fer, yesterday you said something that was, for me, it was very touching. You said, if something like this would happen, I wouldn't ever know what to do because I am a little girl. And
Yes.
I thought that it was very important because, yes, you're right. You said, I wouldn't know what to do. So
Yes,
it's
teacher, but I am a big girl, so today here in the days I know what to do. In the other days I didn't know what to do.
Yeah, and it is so important, Fer, because if you know what to do, then you can save your life and you can help others to save theirs. And so it is
Yes.
a very important point.
Yes, teacher.
Well, thank you very much, everyone. Have a very good night and meet you next class.
Yes,
Thank
teacher.
you.
Thank you very much, teacher.
Thank you.
Have
Have
a
a
nice
nice night.
night.
Have
Thank
a
you.
nice
Have a very beautiful night. Good night.
good night, everyone.
Bye, teacher. Bye.
Good night,
Bye.
Fernanda,
Have a good
Magda,
night.
Magdalena. Bye.
Good night, everyone. Good night. See you in the next class. Bye.
I
Bye.
miss you.
Bye.
So do I.